of these classes is to really, in some form, teach you guys what is happening in my mind. And sometimes that might not come across, but I'm going to try the best I can and try and show a little bit about what yoga can be, what it is. Honestly, like, yoga is way beyond asana, like the physical practice. It goes into everything, so it's kind of hard when people say, oh, do you practice every day? It's like, well, technically, like, yes, but it's an every minute practice. Like, during a practice, for example, 60-minute practice, the idea is that you're going to keep coming back to the body, to the self, to the meditation, right? Like, how many times are you going to do that? Even the most experienced yogis, like, will come back to the body nearly 100 times. Just kind of what happens with yoga in your life. And what beyond yoga really means is, like, during your day, you'll have to come back to the meditation 100 times. And that doesn't mean you're doing the practice wrong. What that means is you're doing it right, is you're coming back to yourself. And that's the whole point. It, like, takes the pressure off of being perfect and how your life should look. And of course, like, we always want to improve, and we always want the postures to look cool. And, you know, there's a physical aspect to it, but where it is starting and what the whole idea is for you to go deeper in the self and keep coming back to the self, to the breath, to the body, to the alignment. And I mean that on the mat, off the mat. Like, that's why self-study is so important, and really researching what yoga is and what it could be. When you take a yoga teacher's class, it is so different for every yoga teacher. Like, my class is way different from, like, some Bhuti yoga teachers or a Vinyasa yoga teacher, and that doesn't necessarily just mean the style, because there's a lot of hatha classes that I've been to that I don't think mine is anything like. This is probably not thought of like this by everyone, but I think that yoga is, like, when you go to a yoga teacher's class, you're basically getting, like, a piece of their soul. And that's why I want to do it like a journal, like this virtual online atmosphere where I can share with you where I'm at. And with these community classes that I've been doing on Sundays, you're basically tapping into, like, a collective consciousness. So, like, when the classes are super big, it's kind of hard to understand what's happening. When they're smaller, it's like, whoa, we are really all going through very, very similar things. And I can't say every yoga class is like that, because it's not. Like, every yoga class, you're not going to hear about everyone's traumas and what they're going through right now, but I think it is kind of a part of yoga, like, especially bringing people together through that, because I think we all kind of yearn for that, like, that depth of community, and we don't get that. So, I mean, I'm gonna try my best with a virtual online atmosphere. I can't say I'm gonna do the best, but Instagram is gonna be the main thing. I'm going to try my hardest to get this collective community to work with me, and not me just on, like, a pedestal, like, as, like, a hierarchic person and saying, like, this is how it's done and this is what I believe. And, you know, I don't really want to do that. I think I really want to lean more into the experience of collective consciousness and yoga and tarot and diary form, and how we're all going through something so unique, except very similar.